In our last episode, we took a brave look inward. We started the process of unmasking our shadow and building personal resilience. But what happens when you emerge from that deep internal work and look around? Do you ever feel like you're still fighting your battles in isolation? Or that financial stability, the dream of owning a business, that solid ground beneath your feet, that it's meant for other people? What if I told you that the ways to quiet that nagging inner voice of not good enough lie not just within you, but in the incredible power of the people you connect with, and in the tangible strength of building your own financial foundation? The feeling of isolation is not just a feeling. It has deep effects on our well-being. Research consistently shows that social isolation and loneliness are linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression. When we feel disconnected, the voice of internalized inferiority gets louder. Today, we're going to turn down the volume on that voice by building bridges to each other, and bridges to our own economic power. Welcome back to Our Conversations. I'm your host, Alain. This is the show about empowering you, the ambitious leader and entrepreneur. Here, we don't just skim the surface of personal development and business growth. We dive deep into getting clear on your message, taking smart steps, and getting life-changing results. Think of us as your guide on this journey to cultivate holistic well-being while driving positive community impact. We are so glad you're here to join us for the second installment of our trilogy, Unmask and Rise. The journey from self-doubt to self-mastery is a battle on two fronts. Internally, even after the deep work we started in episode 1, there can be lingering feelings of isolation. There's the financial anxiety that whispers, "You're not good at money," or the belief that starting a business is a risk you can't afford to take. It's the fear of being dependent, of not having your own solid ground to stand on. And let's be clear, that internal struggle is amplified by a tough reality out there. We cannot talk about economic empowerment without acknowledging the systemic roadblocks that hit Black and Brown communities harder. The numbers are clear and can't be ignored. As of 2024, the average Black family in America owns just 23% for every dollar of wealth held by the average white family. Let me repeat that. Just 23 cents on the dollar. This isn't because of a lack of ambition or hard work. This is the result of historical disadvantages and systematic inequities that have persisted for decades. It's a wealth gap, an income gap, where the median Black household earns only 64% of what a white household does. A home ownership gap and a business funding gap, where minority entrepreneurs receive up to 37% less funding. When we are constantly navigating a system that wasn't built for us to win, it can feel like we're running a race with weights on our ankles. It reinforces that voice of internalized inferiority. Today, we're going to talk about how to take those weights off. Our plan today is to start building the bridges that'll take us from where we are to where we want to be, that will carry us from where we are to where we deserve to be. We have a 3-step plan for today. First, we will explore the deep strength of community. We will discuss how to find, create, and nurture the tribes that uplift and validate you, acting as a powerful antidote to isolation. Second, we're going to make financial literacy less confusing. We'll break down the first actionable steps anyone can take to begin taking control of their financial narrative and building a foundation of knowledge. And third, we will explore the drive to create and build. We'll draw inspiration from trailblazing entrepreneurs who have turned purpose into profit, and we will highlight the real-world, concrete resources available to help you access the capital to fuel your own vision. This is how we move from feeling isolated and undervalued to feeling connected and powerful. Internalized inferiority thrives in the dark, in the quiet corners of our minds, where we feel utterly alone in our struggles. The most powerful light to shine in those corners is community. As the great Coretta Scott King said, the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Connection provides validation. It's the friend who says, "I felt that way too." It's the group that says, "We see your strength, even when you don't." This isn't just a feeling, it's a force. Look at a place like the Nourish Spot in New York, which we've mentioned before. It's more than just a juice bar. It's a community hub built to be a beacon of light, actively fighting food deserts and promoting health. They prove that a business a project, or even a small group can become a profound source of communal strength. Community is also a mirror. In our last episode, we talked about seeing our negative shadows in others, but a supportive community acts as a positive mirror. It reflects back to us our golden shadow, the brilliance, the leadership, the compassion that we were taught to hide or failed to see in ourselves. When you can't see your own light, the community holds up a mirror and shows you just how brightly you shine. So your action step is this. Think of one small step you can take this week to connect. Is there an online group, a local organization, or even just a person who shares your values and aspirations? Reach out, engage. As an African proverb says, if you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Let's choose to go far. Now, let's talk about money. For many of us, especially in communities that have been systematically disadvantaged, finance can feel like a foreign language designed to exclude us. But financial literacy is not just about balancing a checkbook. It is a deeply empowering act. It's about taking control of your own story. The knowledge gap is real. One study found that African American adults, on average, answered only 38% of personal finance questions correctly, compared to 55% for white adults. This isn't an intelligence gap. It's an opportunity gap, and we can close it. You don't need an MBA to start. You can begin today for free. Websites like Khan Academy offer simple, no-cost courses on the fundamentals of saving and budgeting. And there are incredible, culturally focused platforms designed for us, by us. Check out podcasts like Brown Ambition or Side Hustle Pro, or the resources from MyFab Finance, founded by Tanya Rapley, which provides accessible financial education, specifically for millennial women of color. Your action step. This week, commit to just one thing. Sign up for one of those free courses. Listen to one episode of a financial podcast. Visit one of the websites we'll have linked in the show notes. The first step to building wealth is building knowledge. Building economic power isn't just about managing money. It's also about creating it. And entrepreneurship is one of the most powerful ways to do that. It's no surprise that women of color are among the fastest growing groups of entrepreneurs in the country. We are creators. We are innovators. Think of Beatrice Dixon, founder of the Honey Pot Co. She turned a personal health challenge into a nationally recognized brand, creating the products she needed but couldn't find. Her advice is powerful. Know your business inside out, because that knowledge is your armor. Or look at Aisha Abueliga of Mason-Dixie Foods. She was driven by a mission to change the course for other little girls of color, proving that business can be a vehicle for representation and inspiration. These stories are so powerful, and we believe in bringing them to you directly. That's why, if you haven't already, I highly encourage you to go back and listen to our conversation with Jade Duncan, COO of The Nourish Spot, which aired just before this trilogy began. We heard her firsthand account of building a purpose-driven business from the ground up. Her incredible insights on resilience, community, and what it really takes to succeed are the perfect companion to what we are discussing today. These women, and so many others, are not just building businesses. They are rewriting narratives about who gets to be a founder, who gets to build an empire. They remind us that our unique experiences and perspectives are not liabilities. They are market advantages. But there's a key piece of the entrepreneurial puzzle we haven't discussed yet: funding. The reality is, minority-owned businesses face enormous challenges in accessing capital. On average, they receive 7% to 37% less funding across most commercial loan products compared to their non-minority counterparts. This is a roadblock in the system, not a mark against your vision nor potential. So where do you go? You have to get creative and strategic. Look beyond the big traditional banks. There are powerful resources dedicated to leveling the playing field. The U.S. Minority Business Development Agency, or MBDA, is a federal agency specifically designed to help minority businesses grow and access contracts. There are also community development financial institutions, or CDFIs, which are local banks and credit unions, with a mission to lend in economically disadvantaged communities. And in the venture capital world, firms like Fearless Fund are investing specifically in businesses led by women of color. The money is out there. The support is out there. It may not be on the most obvious path, but the bridge exists. Your action step for all the aspiring and current entrepreneurs listening. Research one of these resources this week. Visit the MBDA website. Find a CDFI in your area. See which funds are investing in your industry. Knowledge is the first step to getting funded. All right, it's time to build. Your mission for this week is to take the first 2 steps to build your bridge to empowerment. 1. Take action to build your community. Send that text, join that online group, or schedule that coffee. Nurture a connection that feeds your soul. 2. Take 1 step towards financial power. Visit our Medium blog at Hours Lifestyle for the curated list of financial literacy kickstarters and funding resources we spoke of today. Pick one, just one, to explore this week. When you take your step, share it with us. Give a shout out to a community that supports you, or share the resource that you've explored. Use the hashtag #OursNow and Our Community Builds on Instagram. Let's build these bridges together, one action at a time. I want you to imagine this. Imagine feeling deeply, truly connected, no longer fighting your battles in silence, but surrounded and supported by a vibrant community that gets you, that champions your growth, that sees your light. Now picture yourself looking at your bank account or business plan, not with anxiety, but with confidence. Not because you have all the answers, but because you know how to find them. You have the knowledge and the resources to thrive. This is the profound shift from feeling less than to building a life and legacy of more than enough, a life supported by the strength of your community and built on the solid foundation of your own economic power. Thank you for joining me on this crucial step of our journey. Building these external bridges is how we make our internal work stick. Our conversations is powered by you, our community. Your engagement, your feedback, your courage to do this work alongside us is what makes this all possible. We've explored our inner world in episode 1, and today we laid the groundwork for building bridges through community and economic empowerment. But how do we ensure this empowerment isn't just a fleeting phase, but a sustainable force in our lives? How do we not only lift ourselves, but pay it forward, creating ripples of positive change for those who come after us? Next time on our conversations, we delve into sustaining power. We'll uncover the transformative impact of mentorship, explore how to consciously craft a meaningful legacy, and look towards a future where internalized inferiority becomes a relic of the past for everyone. You will not want to miss the conclusion to our trilogy. Until next time, this is Alain signing off. Brooklyn.
The operator